What's up YouTube? How y'all going? G'day Facebook. Alright guys, let's go for a ride. I have been nominated by Black Mist 320 roll intro.
If it's fast or slow, all I really know is I'm gonna enjoy the ride.
Question 1. What motivated you to have your first bike? Well, that's a serious question, isn't it? My first bike, are we talking dirt? Are we talking road? Road, baby. So my first bike was motivated mainly by my dad. Even as a kid, my dad had a dirt bike. He'd ride us around the backyard and shit. I eventually got my own dirt bike, which was a 2015 KX 250F. I rode that thing in Townsville. I lived in Townsville for 8 years. Had my first 2 kids there. Met my wife there. Townsville brings a lot of memories. But my first road bike was actually when I moved down to southeast Queensland, right here on the Gold Coast. So my first bike was actually the Little Red Rocket. That was my first road bike. And what was the motivation behind getting that bike? Well, same reason as I moved down here. I found out my dad had cancer, and I wanted to do a ride before he passed away. So I went out, I did Q-Ride, I did Top Gun, I really hard question because I love twisties, but I love going out on those nice adventure rides, you know, checking out new scenery. That would be my favourite. Always checking out new areas. But I love twisties, so I would probably say twisties, just get over it, eh? You know, when you go around a corner and you're leaning over and you're almost there, like scraping the road. I remember the first time I scraped my pegs, I was like, yee-hoo! It was like scary yet exhilarating at the same time. So I think twisties take the win there. Question 3. What is your favourite kind of motorcycle trip? Day, weekends, or long ride? That's another hard question because like I said, I love those group rides. I love going out on weekends with me mates and, you know, doing those rides. But one of the rides I really do want to do is a long ride. I would love to go out and go back to where I grew up, which is actually central Queensland. I want to go back to, you know, Croomba Tops. My favourite ride is going to be probably Currumbin Valley / Tweed Valley Road. I can't remember the name of it, but well guys, we stopped for this one because the biggest lesson I ever learned was my big motorcycle accident. I was coming home from work, the M1 was blocked, so I used the service road. I was coming from this direction, heading home to Coomera. I was doing about 77. I've come through and a four-wheel drive has come from here. I saw he looked left but never looked right. Came out, eventually halfway out, he looked right and it was too late. He said that the sun was in his eyes. I wasn't in his vehicle. I don't actually know, I can't speak for him. I was hitting my brakes. I came through and it was about here that I collided with him. I hit him here. I hit his tail end because that last second he hesitated. I was braking like back there somewhere. I came through and I hit his tail end. It was my bag that actually saved me. It hooked on the handlebars because I went flying. The bike landed around here somewhere. I hooked, flipped, got off, walked about here. I didn't realize my foot was broken in multiple locations, but I learned a big lesson that my father always, you know, used to say to me, and now I really understand it. Watch everyone, trust no one. What that means is scan ahead. Scan ahead, watch every vehicle, because you never know what they're gonna do. You see it all the time on roundabouts. People going straight through roundabouts. Like my wife says all the time, approach every intersection with caution. You could be riding down here and this guy not stop, ride right in front of you, and there's a big fucking collision right there, excuse my language. The other lesson I really learnt was to wear gear. That afternoon, I got off my bus, I'm a bus driver, and I was seriously, I was thinking not changing my shoes. My old man used to nail into me. Always gear up, gear up, gear up. Even right now, I'm wearing my boots, my jeans, my jacket, and my gloves are on the bike. And of course a helmet. Another thing the old man used to say was, prepare for the slide, not the ride. He was really big on safety. He was a firefighter, so he had seen the worst. And thank you to any emergency service people. You guys are doing a tremendous job, especially through this time right now. And we just thank you very much. All right guys, well, I'm gonna put my gloves back on and I'll see you guys back on the road for quick. All right, question 6. Do you have any words of wisdom for someone looking at getting into motorcycling? Well, I'd say start with a cheap bike, especially, you know, those mistakes. You might scratch it, you might drop it. So starting with a cheap bike would be wise, but it's completely up to you. For those guys that have just got their learners, or you've done your Q ride and you've gotten your Ps and you're now on the road and you're in southeast Queensland, look at some riding groups. Two really great ones is Motorcycle Newbies and Seasoned Riders, hit up Rob, and SCQ, so Southeast Queensland Social Riders. Both those groups have dedicated rides for beginners. So guys, advanced guys that take beginners alongside and teach them and mentor them and just really grow you as a motorcycle rider. They're on Facebook. I will put a link. They're also on a app called Meetup. It's on Android and it's on iPhone. And that leaves us at question 7. Let's go for another ride. Question 7. What's the next biggest destination or ride? Well, providing that restrictions keep, you know, going the way they're going and opening up. October, I would love to go to the MotoGP and see one of the Aussie greats on home soil. Jake Miller. You know, I never got to see Stoner and I was too young to see McDowan. That would be my biggest destination. I live in Queensland and that's Victoria. You know, it's a big dream too. Right, now we get to the fun part. I get to choose 3 motor vloggers that I would like to nominate. Now, I don't know if these guys will, but my first, Skid Pig. Second guy I was watching, and mate, I challenge you, was riding with Tom. G'day, gents. My third choice is another bigwig, Mr. $1 Billion Bogan.